All right, satisfy curiosity. Um, what have you always thought about? So, a lot of people think of things that we're not going to talk about right now, but we're all adults. Just use your adult minds and think of those things. Those always get brought up as well. DNA. What's your DNA origin? So I'm adopted, and I always wondered what my ancestry was. I was brought up being Norwegian and Swedish. My dad's from Sweden. My mom's from Norway. I've been to Norway, visited my relatives there several times, met a lot of my Swedish relatives, and I was I'm kind of big. I'm like a Norwegian. And I just accepted that's what I was because they told me, well, you're Norwegian and Swedish and a little bit Irish. So I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. And I just lived with that. And then Ancestry.com came around, and it became more and more popular. I was like, I'm going to try this out. So I signed up for Ancestry.com, sent my DNA in, spin in this little vial. It's really technical. You spit in the vial, literally. You send it off, and it tells you every step of the way what it's doing. Hey, we got your sample. Hey, we sent it out for testing. Hey, we got your results back. And then they give you this map of where you're at. I had 0% Norwegian, 5% Swedish, and mostly Scottish, Welsh, Irish, everything, a little bit German, a little bit French, but like nothing south of North Germany, I think. So it was like way over here. I was disappointed. I was. So I didn't really look at the results any further until about after Thanksgiving, so it was about a week later. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I signed up for the genetic match, so you could match relatives. And so I opened up my email, and I'm like, get this message from this lady, and she's like, hey, we're putting our family tree together. Do you know your parents? So we can get them all matched up. I'm like, no, I was adopted. I was born in 1968, Denver General Hospital. If anybody knows anybody that gave anybody up for adoption, that could be me. So I wrote that, sent it off to her. She sends it back, says, I don't know anybody like that, but you should speak to so-and-so. Like, oh, okay. So I did. Sent off the message, same thing. Da-da-da-da. Born in Denver General Hospital. If you know anybody that gave anybody up for adoption, that could be me. She writes back, says, oh, wow. We've been anticipating your arrival on Ancestry.com since we joined 3 years ago. And by the way, I'm your mom. Bam, that easy. And I'd waited 50 years to figure this out. So it was always a curiosity. I didn't have a missing spot. I had great parents. But I know there are so many adopted kids out there that are just struggling because they think there's something missing. And it's so easy to satisfy that curiosity now. The technology is there. Even if they can't get it through Ancestry.com, there are other ways to do it. I actually ordered my birth certificate and did all this stuff, thinking it's not going to be that easy. But it was. And it could be that easy for you to satisfy any curiosity that you have.